Hi guys, Dominator of the World here, doing a commentary video on Empire Total War multiplayer. In this battle is set in the early time period for the game. So the French are gonna have a different flag, and I'm playing the French. My opponent, the Mack, is gonna play the Prussians, and they have the same flag. In between the early and late periods of the game, the French, I think in real history, had a real revolution, and that changed their flag and some of their units in the game. So we're going to look at one of the new units. They're called my Regiments Étrangers, and I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce them. The rest of my army consists of my general's bodyguard, 8 line infantry, 3 gendarmerie, 2 12-pounder howitzer foot artillery, and 5 chasseurs à pied. The Mark's Prussian army has 2 3-pounder horse artillery, 2 12-pounder foot artillery, 2 gendarmerie, 1 dragoons, 1 regiment of horse, his general's bodyguard, and 6 line infantry. The difference between the Mack's army and mine, besides his army being Prussian, is that almost all of his units have very high upgrades on them. And by high, I mean they have 3 chevrons on their flags. So all of his units have that, except for his right flank units. As you can see, his howitzer has none. So the battle's already started with my chasseurs à pied and his line infantry, and it looks like my chasseurs à pied are below a hill, so they have some cover against his line infantry. But then again, some of them are probably shooting at the hill. And here, my chasseurs à pied are engaged in another part of the enemy. And the disadvantage my enemy has is that he can't get his guys into a line, because his guys are all bunched up together in the woods where he chooses to fight, and that dramatically decreases his volume of fire, which is important in this game because you're supposed to get in line so that you have more volume of fire so that you can kill more of your opponent's guys. So here is the only time elapsed that will happen throughout the game. The original battle was 11 minutes long, and so I only had to cut out a short bit of it, and so you guys get to see the entire battle, and that's a first. So this is possibly the shortest battle I've ever had on this game, so I'm happy with it. So this is only a couple minutes later from my last scene, and the only difference is my line infantry has come to the aid of my chasseurs à pied. But my chasseurs à pied are still raging it on with his line infantry. And here are my line infantry that are doing nothing except watching their fellows die. And right here, I'm gonna give you a close shot of their line infantry. And this one unit is doing absolutely nothing. They're watching their comrades die. That's their job. They should be given a medal of honor for their bravery in the battle. So here, we're gonna look at the Regiments Étrangers in action. And they look pretty awesome in their light blue uniforms. I'm gonna say something that I didn't mention in the other battle, my last battle, which was a 2 versus 2. I did put it in annotations though, so if you guys watch that, you can read it in the annotation box. But in my last battle, the fan was extremely loud, so besides my voice, that was the only thing you could hear. But I fixed that by raising the volume for this battle. Aren't I a genius? So now, while you watch this video, you can enjoy the pleasant music that battle gives you. And you can hear all the cries of the wounded, and the shots, and the dead horses neighing. Okay, so now he charged his cav into my line infantry that was attempting to outflank his guys. And I wasn't paying attention to that, so I didn't get them into square in time. But they're eventually going to get into square and repel them. Here in the center, I pulled a similar outflanking move, and here in the other section of the center, he's charged his line infantry into my chasseurs à pied, and I sent in my line infantry to charge into them. So there you can see the chevrons again, how many he has, and that's basically for all his units. And you can see that mine have none. So in this battle, quantity is going to be better than quality. Although I'm sure if he had elite units and he did that, he would have won. But I'm pretty sure he wouldn't even have had as many units as he has now, which is only about 1,000. I'm pretty sure he would have only been able to afford a couple of elite units with top upgrades. Alright, so in the next couple of shots, I'm going to show you parts of the battle I wasn't watching or paying attention to, so we missed the action there. Like this cav fight here that I won. He only had 2 cav units attack my cav, and I bunched all my cav together, so I was able to win it, and a lot of my cav survived, which is rare for me. So here in the bayonet fight, his guys are retreating, and his artillery is slowly walking to their death towards my line infantry. And I'm just gonna give my opponent the benefit of the doubt and say he wasn't paying attention to that part of the battle. So here he's charging another unit into my chasseurs of pied once he sees that the situation is hopeless. And my chasseurs of pied are gonna accept the challenge, and they're gonna fight back. But instead, his line infantry are just gonna run past them, trample over a couple, and then charge into my line infantry. And since my line infantry haven't been shot or anything, they're in full stock, so they're gonna be able to take them. And over here, I didn't get my guys back into the line because I forgot about them, but they managed to repel his cav, so that was a good thing. And here my guys are still having a shootout with his line infantry there, and his last artillery unit is there also on his left flank. So we're gonna watch some action here as we shoot at each other. And right now, for some reason, the Mack puts this unit into square, and I'm guessing he did that so that he can fire from all sides if he needs to. Like, he can fire from the front, though he won't get much volume of fire, and he can fire from the right side of the square to attack my flanking unit, but that also won't do much effect since there's not much guys there. So here's his last artillery piece. They're loading currently, and here comes his general, and here comes my cav, and it almost looks like my cav is chasing down his general, like they would in a car chase in the movies. And now my line infantry have joined in the chase, but I doubt they can catch them since they're on horse. But here's my cav, and like I said before, a lot of them survived, so I was pretty happy. I stopped worrying about whether I was going to lose at this point of the battle, and you can see that cockiness because I decided to charge all of my right flank into his square, and instead of wasting my ammo and time on shooting them. And here he's charged his general's bodyguard into my bayonet charge, so he's risking his general, but then again, he doesn't really have much to risk anymore. Over here in the center, another bayonet fight has occurred, and I think it's the same one from before, but I can't tell. They might have routed and just come back, or they might have not routed and are still fighting to the death. You can see that some of my units are getting experience points, experience chevrons, and 4 more units of line infantry are coming to back up my chasseurs of pied there, so they don't rout and decrease my chances of success, even though that's unlikely. So here you can see some of the Mack's units. Flags are blinking, and there goes his last artillery piece. So sad day for the Mack. And I think I charged my cav into his general's bodyguard. I'm not sure what they're doing. I can't see it really clearly. And if you guys notice that little green box in the top left-hand corner, of the video, I installed a video recording program on my computer. It's called Wii Games, and supposedly it's an alternative video recording program that's better than Fraps. So I decided to try it out, and it's very good. It can record in HD. It doesn't take as much space as Fraps videos do, and it's more reliable, I would say. The only problem is that you can't take out the video from the folder it's saved in once it's recorded, and that's necessary for me to edit my video, so that kind of sucked. So I'm gonna have to uninstall it because it's wasting memory space. So anyways, back to the battle, and all of his units have routed, and his generals died before the battle ended. But now the battle's over, and good game to my opponent, the Mack, and hope you guys enjoyed this video.